Okay, what's going on, movie fans? 2021 has ended. Well, for you it has. I'm recording this early. But anyway, welcome back to Max Reviews, and today we're going to be ranking my top 10 most anticipated films of 2022. And now, for this, you're probably going to disagree with a bunch of it, but keep in mind, this is, when I'm recording this is still before the January 1st, but, in, for movies, they announce big Marvel projects and stuff like that, and big blockbuster movies. So this year, my top 10, I had a bunch of those in it, but I also had some weird ones, like Pig and other movies like The Mitchells vs. the Machines that I didn't exactly know would be happening, and Nobody. And so all those movies, they weren't really announced at the beginning of the year last year. So I can't wait to see what happens next year at the end of the year. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, 10th most anticipated film of 2022 is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, I enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog. It was fine. I give it 8 out of 10. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I think it'll just be enjoyable. It'll be a nice, fun movie to watch. I loved Jim Carrey in Sonic the Hedgehog. It was the best movie of 2020, which that's not saying anything. But then it got beat by Love and Monsters, so it's top 3 movies of 2020 for me. But nothing good came out 2020, basically. So, yeah, we got a trailer for it, and it looks like just more fun movie. I think one of the big criticisms for me for the first Sonic the Hedgehog is you do have Sonic the Hedgehog. You have all these worlds to explore and all these video game characters, and then it's a road trip movie, which I enjoyed. It was a pretty good road trip movie, but now we're actually getting there. We're getting the new characters and stuff, and Sonic isn't, he seems like he could be more of a leader in some terms. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks really nice, I gotta say. The effects look a ton better than they did in the first trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog. Jim Carrey seems to be doing good as ever. I didn't know if he'd be in the second one. I don't really remember if they announced or anything, but I didn't really know. So I'm happy for that. It looks great, and just, a bunch of these are going to be sequels and stuff, and there's some that are going to be unique, but, mostly that sort of stuff. But I can't wait to watch most of these movies. But anyway, coming in here at 9th place is going to be Black Adam. Now, this is going to be a superhero movie starring Dwayne Johnson, and it seems like it could be darker sort of superhero movie, which Dwayne Johnson, when you see him in movies, we saw him in Jungle Cruise and Red Notice this year, and both he was just funny guy, and he's been in big movies, I really love Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, but he's doing his comedy. He hasn't really done, a serious movie ever. I can't really think of a serious movie that he was in. Maybe, maybe Skyscraper. Yeah, maybe Skyscraper. But I think it'd be really cool to see him as a hero in Black Adam, and just casting him, and we get a little clip for it. It's a DC movie, but we get a little clip for it, and he just roasts a guy with his hands and electricity. So it looks good enough. I don't know if it actually be good. We don't get any actual dialogue or anything. We don't have Dwayne Johnson speak or anything in the little trailer clip, but I think it looks pretty good. I have faith in it, and it looks good. 8th place here, this is the one movie that is not attached to anything except for a book series, but Death on the Nile. I was just going through, I looked on Wikipedia, the page of every movie that's coming out this next year. Well, I guess this year, when you guys are hearing this, and then I watched the trailers for I don't know, 15 movies, and there wasn't really one that I was wow, I cannot wait to see this, except for Death on the Nile. And so this sort of surprised me. Just so you know, I love the mystery sort of thriller, sort of crime sort of thing. Knives Out 2 was one of my favorite movies ever. I absolutely loved it, Knives Out. And so getting another mystery, it looks good. Death on the Nile, it's got a great cast, and it's based off of a book series, so more faith in it. it looks like a fun time, and also it could be a very good mystery. So that's what I'm sort of looking forward to this. This is like the one movie on here that's not attached to anything, and I just looked at it, and I'm like, wow, that looks good. And it seems like something that I'd enjoy. Okay, anyway, 7th place here is going to be Lightyear. Now, Lightyear, it's an interesting concept for me because it's not the Buzz Lightyear that we really know. It's the Buzz Lightyear that is, like, featured in the movies and stuff for the toy Buzz Lightyear. And, like, and it's a really cool sort of thing because I really do like the Buzz Lightyear Tim Allen, but getting Chris Evans, Captain America, as Buzz Lightyear, that is really nice. And the movie, it looks really cool. When I first saw it, the trailer, it looked sort of like, this looks really visually appealing. Lightyear looks cool. The music was great, but we didn't really get much dialogue or anything. But I saw like a breakdown of it, and it's like, I skip ahead 10 seconds maybe for this, but it says that he's got like 5 years while he's going around the sun, so he's a man out of time. So he's like sort of Captain America, and so it seems like a really cool thing to have. And also, if we see the bad guy from Toy Story 2, that's gonna be really good. This looks like it could be one of those Pixar movies where Pixar had a great run of movies. I think from Coco to Soul. I thought Onward was probably the weakest of those, but Coco to Soul I really liked. And then we got to Luca this year, and I just didn't like it as much. So that's my opinion on Pixar right there. But next year we're getting Turning Red, which that doesn't look too good, and Lightyear, which I'm really looking forward to Lightyear. It's just sort of nostalgia, and also I'm really hoping, this is probably no way this is gonna happen, but like a post-credit scene where that's the end of the movie, and then it shuts off, sort of a thing, and then we go to like Andy as a teenager or as a kid, or grown-up Andy or something like that, finished watching it. Because the Pixar stuff, that'd just be really cool. A nice thing to have. But anyway, 6th place here is going to be Avatar 2. Now, a bunch of people are probably going to be like, why is this here, Brayden? I don't get this. I like Avatar. It's the best movie of the year that it came out for me. I think it's not talked about as much. Nowhere near as much for being like the most highest grossing film ever from a time, and then people sort of got talking about it in Avatar 2 in 2019, and they're like, yeah, Avatar 2, James Cameron, he's pushing it back so that I could beat Avengers Endgame. And so, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense, because James Cameron, this movie has been delayed, and delayed, and delayed. I think originally it was supposed to come out in 2012, but no, 2012. And it did not, obviously. And now we're getting to over a decade. We're getting to let me think. We're getting to 12 years since it came out, and they're going to be coming out with a sequel. James Cameron has been working on these movies for a very long time. And when is Avatar 2 going to come off and kick it off? December. So it's probably, I would say, 8 out of 10, it's going to be pushed back. But I still have faith that it'll come out this year. And if it does, I want to see it. Because Avatar was really cool and so ahead of its time that I think the sequel, James Cameron has been trying to make it ahead of its time. And there's either two options with this movie, I think. I think either it will be so ahead of its time this time that it will be even better than the first one. And the other option is James Cameron is stuck in 2010, and he makes a movie that does not work with his time, and it's just pretty much generic action alien movie or whatever. I like Avatar 1. And Avatar 2, I think, has potential to be really good. And it's James Cameron. We have not gotten a James Cameron movie in a very long time. Since Avatar, I just really wish that maybe he hadn't done Avatar and had done more creative stuff, because it's James Cameron. But still, I really liked Avatar. So, 5th place here is going to be Jurassic World Dominion. For a little thing for Jurassic Park, I think Jurassic Park 1 is really great, like, amazing. Jurassic Park 2, fine. Jurassic Park 3, utter garbage. Jurassic World, I love it. It's just so fun. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I didn't like as much. It was on the bad. But the one good thing that I could say about it is that it set up the sequel amazingly. So, Jurassic World Dominion, we got like a 5-minute trailer that got released this year, and we had the dinosaurs just doing their thing, and it's really cool. And then we get sort of the modern day thing. And the cool thing here is that they're bringing back all of the cast. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, everybody. I think Jeff Goldblum's in it. If he's not in it, I'm going to be bad. Well, yeah, he's got to be in it. But anyway, they're bringing back all the old cast and all the new cast. And this is going to be like an epic end where it's dinosaurs versus humans. It could be too cheesy. It could be bad. I have faith. Like, at worst, it's a fun, stupid dinosaur movie with Jurassic World people in it. I would be fine with it. If it would be like, I don't know, 30th favorite movie of the year, I'd be fine with it. I would have fun with it. So, I just hope this could be really good, because it has potential to be so. As you can see, it's at 5th place. But I'm actually looking forward to it more than I originally thought when that little trailer came out. And so, that's looking great for me. 4th place here is going to be Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse Part 2. Now, this is my most anticipated animated film of next year for a few reasons. One, I'm still on a sort of like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse run where I just sort of rediscovered it this year because I haven't seen it in so long. And so I rewatched it. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And they're coming out with a sequel. And then the trailer came out like the day after I watched it. So that worked out perfectly. And it's part 1, which that's the only bad thing I could say. When you have a part 1, part 2, part 1 is never as good as part 2. But this is Lord and Miller, who have directed like the best animated film. Every single year that they do an animated film, almost I'd say, it's the best animated film of the year. This year, last year, Mitchell's vs. Machines, Lego Movie, when that came out, and just everything that they do is amazing. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. And then now they're doing Across the Spider-Verse. They're doing a 2-parter. Part 2 will probably be better. And this just looks like it could be a ton of fun. And having all our cast said, bringing in a bunch more Spider-Man, Spider-Men and women, Spider-People. And so it's Lord and Miller. I really can't wait for this movie. It's gonna be really fun to watch. Before we get into our top 3, I just wanted to say, here's 2 movies that 100% would have been in this top 5. They might have even made it to the top 3, but they got delayed. The first one here is going to be Knives Out 2. That one didn't make it this year. It got delayed till 2023. It's going to be on Netflix, which is awesome. And it's going to be with Daniel Craig, and he's going to be solving stuff. I love Knives Out. Can't wait for Knives Out 2. The other one, this would have been in top 3, 100%. John Wick 4. Where John Wick Chapter 3 ended, I cannot wait for Chapter 4. It's like my big action series because I discovered it over in September, and I just absolutely love it, and I cannot wait for 4, but it got delayed, which sucks. It got delayed, and then they released a thing, so that got delayed. Hopefully none of these other movies get delayed, because like Avatar 2 and this next one here are both coming out in December, so, you know, might not be 100% coming out this year, but I just really hope they do. Leave your list down below. I want to know what you're looking forward to next year. Like, give me something that, sort of unexpected, because I have seen, like, everything, all the trailers, like, some random movie that looked okay. Okay, I'm gonna check out the trailer for that, see if it looks good, to see if it'll make this list. But anyway, leave your list down below, and third place here is going to be Creed 3. Now, I'm a big fan of Rocky. All the Rocky movies are great. Well, all of them that I've seen. I haven't seen Rocky 5, but just Rocky 1, it's one of the best movies ever. Rocky 2, it's fine. I haven't seen Rocky 3 or 5, but Rocky 4 is just a fun 80s movie. Rocky Balboa is really emotional sort of movie. And then the Creed movies have just been right below Rocky. And when I rank them sort of thing, there's Rocky, and then there's Creed 1 and Creed 2. And Creed 3, just Creed, I really have enjoyed these movies. And I don't know, they haven't said if Sylvester Stallone's going to be in the movie, but if he is, that's going to be great to see more of Rocky. But Michael B. Jordan as Creed in this trilogy of movies is going to be, has been great. I just love these boxing movies. The only problem is it's coming out in December, so it might not 100% make it. And then the other problem is it's not directed by Ryan Coogler. It's going to be directed by Michael B. Jordan, so I just hope they can pull that off. But all that aside, I cannot wait for this movie. It's going to be great. So Creed 3, just cannot wait for this movie. The Creed movies have always been great, and so that's my opinion of that. Second place here is going to be Doctor Strange in the Multi-Universe of Madness. Now, Doctor Strange 1, it looked beautiful with everything that they had. The characters were great. Just the story and the villains weren't as good. Doctor Strange that we've seen in other things has been great. We got him in What If as Strange Supreme, and that was just knocked it out of the park. Greatest new character that's come from a Marvel Disney Plus show, and he was just so great. And so with Doctor Strange in the Multi-Universe of Madness, this looks like it could be one of the best Marvel movies. It's gonna be crazy. They came out with a trailer for it. It was at the end of No Way Home, but they just released it, and it looks great. And then we get that glimpse of a different Doctor Strange. And are we gonna see Strange Supreme in this movie? I think we're gonna see Strange Supreme. It's gonna be insane. Loki might be in it. We know Agatha Harkness is gonna be in it. Wanda's gonna be in this, and it's just gonna be so great to see it. And just Doctor Strange, and there's even the little facts that if you watch it in like very slow motion, there's gonna be monsters in this movie. You see the starfish sort of thing with an eye. You see these serpents coming out of Doctor Strange's hands. It looks so great, and I cannot wait to see it. This movie, the more I think about it, the more I look forward to it. And now that No Way Home's out of the way, this is my most anticipated Marvel movie that's coming out. So, cannot wait for this. But in first place, my most anticipated film of 2022 is The Batman. Now, I am a massive Batman fan. He is my favorite superhero. He's just such a great character. And I love The Dark Knight. It's my favorite movie of all time. And Batman Begins, and The Dark Knight Rises makes some problems. I haven't seen the old Batman movies, and I probably will for a ranking for them, but this Batman movie looks like it could be one of the best, and that's saying quite a bit, because I love Batman so much, and it looks like it could be a mystery, which is great. It's going to have a bunch of villains in it, which is great, just like the Riddler, and the Penguin, and Catwoman, and all these characters that are going to be in it. And having Matt Reeves direct this movie, that's so great, because I just finished watching Planet of the Apes, the first one, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and just, this is sort of ironic, but I think that's the one that he didn't direct. He directed the second one and the third one. But anyway, people have said that he's the perfect person to do this, and I gotta say, I cannot wait for this movie with the cast. I don't know most of the people in this cast, which is great. And then you just see the Batman be brutal and just punch this guy down to nothingness sort of thing. And he's just so, it just seems like it's going to be so hardcore, just so brutal of a movie. And a mystery in it. I just can't wait for this movie. And it seems like it's going to come out this year in March, I think, right now. But anyway, that's my list. Thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to Max Reviews, and leave your comments down below of what you think what are you looking forward to next year? Just tell me. Anyway, goodbye. I'm Brayden. This is Max Reviews. Brayden out.